So who would like to do the recap for um, essentially last week? But what I want it to be is I want it to be for all of Bryn Shander, if we could. Is anybody willing to do that?
I did it last week.
All of Bryn Shander?
Yeah, all of Bryn Shander. Just and like kind of recapping what happened in Bryn Shander.
Okay. We came into Bryn Shander, went to the Northlook to try and find Bernard. Didn't find him there. They didn't have any ale. Kedek got into a fight, and then won that fight. And after that, the barkeep informed us that he didn't have any ale. He'd take us to go somewhere where he could get ale, and that would be more likely where Bernard was. And so he took us to Kelvin's Comfort. Along the way, we encountered a homeless woman that a couple people harassed, who kind of subtly followed us in to the Kelvin's Comfort. There, Ogden, the owner of Kelvin's Comfort, had mentioned that he hadn't seen Bernard, and so we ended up leaving to go over to the town hall, which has become like a homeless shelter for the people that have been displaced in Tens Downs. As we went through there, some people did some chores, others didn't. Acquired a quest to go find some iron ingots for a group of dwarves. We found Bernard, who was dead upstairs. His halfling friend informed us that he had been killed by a band that wasn't really dressed for the North. I can't remember if he was like a bodyguard or something. He was in the Targs
Torgo's bodyguard.
Yeah. And he had ice blue eyes.
His name's Cephik.
Yeah. And that he had killed Bernard. We got everyone out of the room, took Bernard's body and disposed of it. And then we went to the House of Triads, slept for the night. Well, that I might have gotten that mixed up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think we slept then.
Honestly,
No, we didn't sleep
we
then. We
went out first.
Yeah, we went out to find the iron ingots. Since it was getting darker or getting later in the day anyways, we weren't gonna be able to take our trip to Bremen, which we had acquired information from merchants in Bryn Shander's kind of like
Central Hub.
shop area. Yeah.
you got all that information from the Instagram queen.
Yeah, the one town girl.
Yeah, she's a one town girl. She wants to be a two town girl.
And then Blackthorn had bought one of the amulets off of her that happened to be made of the black ice that was found off of the a dead body. but she had mentioned that they were heading west to Bremen. But because it was kind of later in the day, we decided not to go ahead and go straight there. We went to go find the iron ingots for the group of dwarves. We did find the sled. The sled was being hauled off by a group of goblins. We killed the goblins. Found kind of another cart ahead with some other ones. A couple goblin. I think one for sure made it away. Chris had chased down one of the other goblins and killed that one. So we were able to tame the polar bears
For a little while.
for a little while, so they could pull the sled back to Bryn Shander. But unfortunately, on the way back to Bryn Shander, there was a dragon that came down, scared the polar bears, and ate one of them, or at least carried one off. And the other one ran for the hills.
Dragon appeared to have a rider.
Yes, Elijah noticed that there was a rider on the back of the dragon.
Elijah hasn't seen dragon, so could be mistaken.
We made it back to Bryn Shander, got the reward for the quest, and then after that, we went to the House of Triad, slept for the night, and then ended up, instead of trying to find animals to pull the cart we acquired from the dead family, sold it for 50 gold.
And you are now heading out. So it's the next morning, and then you guys are heading out. That's a good recap. I think it was really kind of like 3 sessions of Bryn Shander, and so I wanted to try and can I clear that now. I need to try to clear something else up. When you guys are looking at the map, is it crazy bad with the road?
It was for a little bit.
Now it's cleared up.
Yeah, now it's cleared up.
Yeah,
I
Mine
was
is
scanning,
way
and
off.
I
That was
was
mine.
yeah, I see yours on the stream, and it's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Also, one of the cities is missing. That's what I was trying to fix. And then in trying to fix that, like this whole map is all out of whack. It's probably too much like layering. There's a lot on this map because it's got all the information.
That's what Kirkenig is no longer on there, which I'm
Yes.
assuming is the town you're wanting to.
Yes. Yeah. I
Yep.
was like, wait, why is Carconing not on here? Okay, that fixed my map. It was a refresh. So if you were having issues and your map is all crazy, I'll have to reload this map in and give it to you guys appropriately.
Refreshing my browser took care of it.
Yeah, same here. Carconig is still missing. It's at the top of the road from Gardenable. It's your guys' starting area. But I apologize. Running in all my issues here. So, you guys have woken up. You are now cartless. For what I assume to be the time being. And my understanding is you guys are heading to Bremen. Is that correct?
I don't remember.
I believe
Bremen
so.
is where they said the group was headed. They were headed off west to Bremen. The ones that are thought to be responsible, or the one with the guy that's thought to be responsible for the murders.
Or
So,
at least they were heading out northwest. To
yeah.
the northwest.
I actually think
Okay, towards the west.
she even said Bremen.
She said Bremen
Yeah.
is where they were headed.
Yeah. And so
Um,
there's Bremen. So that you-
at the end of the last session, we had happened to hear a rumor about Bremen, and it was that the fishers were being terrorized by a monster that lives in the lake. And it's strange that none of the other towns on that lake have been hindered.
Well, let's go kill a monster.
Scooby-Doo mystery time. It's not a monster. It's an old man in a wig and a mask.
Does that make me Scooby Doo?
Bodysuit.
Yeah, I guess so. It does.
That makes you Shaggy then.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, see, you would be better off. I view your character as having like longer hair, so it's very Shaggy-esque. But you were also the only character with hair.
I don't know, Caddick. Should we go like Jinkies, man?
Say, Blackthorn is Velma. Stan is Fred.
Like, this place is uber creepy.
That was amazing,
That
Josh.
was perfect. That was
That was
absolutely
really
perfect.
good.
Now do it 3
No,
more
I didn't know
times so
how-
I can get it recorded.
I didn't know how well it would work through the microphone.
Somebody grew up on Scooby Doo.
And Casey Kasem. I'm Casey Kasem, and we're counting them down as America Top 40 continues.
But yeah, Elijah has Daphne.
Good week, Shaggy.
So Casey K. There was some drama with that guy, wasn't there?
There was a recording of him behind the scenes when he was like really pissed off, going from he was doing the countdown, and he had to go from a happy song to this girl's dead dog or something. I don't know. It was like a story about some girl's dead dog. I mean, there was one spot where he was like cussing up a storm.
I think what I'm maybe thinking of is like maybe it's like in his like the inheritance, like his kids were fighting over who got what from Casey.
Oh,
I think that was some of the stuff. I listen to music that on Saturday mornings. You still get Casey Kasem. Just pick a random year. That's what I like. I like that music. Anyways, so you're saying that made me laugh. So you guys are walking. So can anybody kind of get like a general marching order, and then
I'm in the middle.
kind of a decent understanding of what you're doing while you are walking. If you guys are kind of talking or just trying to kind of get there as quickly as possible. Also, I'll give it to you, Sten. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
Each of you have 2 good berries.
Okay.
Welcome to Goodberry Home.
Actually, each of you
Goodberry.
only have 1 good berry. I'm gonna hold it to.
Why are you holding out on me, man?
You
I
hold
need my berries.
Just because.
I need those sweet berries, man.
You get your crack kids now. So the weather still is kind of bad. It's not blizzard, but it's bad. The snow is coming down a little bit harder than it normally does. So you know you're not able to kind of see off into the distance. The one way to kind of always gauge how bad the weather and the snowfall is coming in, or like what's going on, is are you able to see Calvin's? What is that? Calvin's. It's not Karn.
Yeah, Kelvin's Karn.
Is it Calvin's Karn? Thank you. See, this is how bad my brain is today. I'm like, what is the mountain? Yes, Calvin's Karn. So you are not able to see it. To those that live in Denver or know what I'm talking about, those days where like you can't even really see the mountains. It's kind of like what today is. They're there
Because they don't
can't
have
really see them. It's kind of like that weird feeling of like,
So no bones day.
yeah, I can't really see the mountains. I always remember that when I was in Colorado Springs and I couldn't see Pikes Peak, and I was like, that's weird.
Usually when there's a fire.
My dad was telling me a story about a sales rep that he had that was trying to figure out how to get to a town. And then one of his people chime in, ask her what side the mountains are on. And my dad just puts his hands in his head as he awaits the answer she gave. And she heard it, so she said, on the outside of the car, Todd, you idiot.
I love that. Yeah, that's how I used to get around. I knew exactly where it was. Where are the mountains? And then I knew where I was. Side. Anyways, the mountain is still outside of your caravan. Um, those that have traveled 10 towns know that this is, on average, a 2-hour trek. So it's not nothing exhausting. But and also, it is all downhill. Tinstown is built on a hill. They call it, one of its nicknames is Town on the Hill because it's on the hill. So you guys are all going downhill. So it's an easy, probably your easiest walk you've had, but with some of the worst weather.
We sled.
I mean, you could, but like,
I'm
not
gonna try it
the
on my shield.
entire direction. You'll kind of get to points where it like kind of evens off and kind of get back up, and then you kind of wait for people. But yeah, I love now that you guys are just sledding on this giant hill. But what's the general marching order?
I'll go first.
My shoulders.
Middle is you.
Blackthorn will take up the back.
Okay.
But as we're leaving Bryn Shander, Blackthorn will pull out the amulet and kind of gesture it towards Kedek. Do you want to smash it?
Yes. But if I do, might unleash great evil, so we must be careful. Must consult someone who is familiar with spirits and spooky shit.
Is that Elijah? Or
Um,
Yeah, I can. I'll definitely take a look at it. Stop for 10 minutes. I'll see if it's radiating any magic.
I'll kind of let you do that as you guys are walking. Standing outside for that. Just a light walk.
hold on.
Then I will ritual cast detect because I. Yeah.
I mean, without giving away the horse. Is that what it's called? Giving away the horse? Am I giving away the horse?
I don't know.
I
I don't think I've heard that expression.
Well, I don't want to give away the horse, so I gotta Google something.
I heard the expression about getting milk free.
It's gonna be one of those nights, boys. I've just lost
For me, I call those weekdays.
It's gonna be one of those weekdays.
getting a kick out of seeing Beef's mother on the top of your stream.
Beast. Oh,
Beef.
Oh, okay.
It's an amulet of teleportation. Awesome.
It's basically me understanding a certain word. So I'm trying to understand the word before I make a decision on what ultimately happens with it, if that makes sense.
You're fine.
Is it the word IRA Roth? Because I was confused about that for a long time. Still am.
What's the word? Would it give it away too much if you told us?
Yes, 100%. Like if I
Well,
said the word,
don't give us the horse.
Yeah, this is the horse. I'm trying
Just
not to do the gander.
kill our-
okay?
Kill our polar bears, but don't give us the horse.
Hey, I was just running the night how I had planned it, and I honestly didn't think you guys were going to try to tame polar bears. I was just like, what's a cool way to kill these things? Because I know you guys weren't going to. And I saw the night of you guys being like, I like leave them bears alone, and as you walk away, and as you're pulling the cart, that's when the dragon was supposed to swoop down and kill the bears. Not on top of you guys. But I ran the night.
Elijah only tried to mess with the bears because it looks so easy for everyone else.
Okay. I have my reasons. Well, hang on. I found one more keyword I need to figure out.
Why, yes, Blackthorn, the amulet is magical by nature, but the aura is somewhat tricky.
What's funny is, yes, now I'm trying to figure out what aura it is.
Wrong campaign.
Oh.
This is a great table.
I mean, if it helps, I mean, a lot of people mix up detect magic with identify. So, like that detect magic pretty much just tells you, that it's magical. That's about it, though.
Well, it
Yep.
says the school.
It tells you which school it
It would
is.
tell me.
Yeah.
Tell you this. My problem is you're using the wrong spell that I have the information.
Hmm.
So, but it doesn't then say if that spell is cast, then what comes of it. So I'm trying to decide because I don't want to. Again, I don't want to give away too much. So yes, the item is magical, and the school is. I'm in between two. Actually, I'm kind of in between three. It is the School of Enchantment.
Hmm.
So Kedikit?
It's giving off somewhat of a pink aura, so I'm thinking has to do with some enchantments.
7 years later. I like this page. I'm bookmarking it.
So I don't know what would happen if someone was to break it, but I do not foresee it rising any undead or spirits. Though I personally I do not think I would put it on, as maybe it has some form of mind control.
You may put on to test if you want, but I hold no responsibility for your fate, and if you become threat, I kill you.
I'm just gonna pat Kedik on the head, like maybe no.
I didn't have an intention to wear it, and I just thought, since you didn't care for the black ice, you might want to crush it, but I have every intention of just chucking it otherwise.
I mean, we could put it with the others for disposal.
I'm having such a hard time not being Stuart. Like, or we could sell it.
Ease through it a little bit. Just do whatever you want. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm not touching the thing, but y'all do whatever you want with it.
If Geddick's not going to do anything, as we get to a certain point where we're a good chunk of the way outside of Bryn Shander, between Bryn Shander and Targos, I'm just going to chuck it like a random direction.
Okay. So yeah, about an hour in. Yeah, what's up?
I was gonna say if the material's somewhat evil, as Kedek says, we should find a way to actually destroy it instead of someone happening upon it. Do have all the rest of these.
I mean, you're welcome to hold on to it if you want. Rather it not take up any sort of pouch space or anything I've got.
I only got 6 inventory slots. Picking up one of them. So.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Elijah's been holding on to the rest of them. So.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else? Unless you wanted to keep talking about your aunt.
So.
Look how pretty and red it is. Ooh, just kidding.
It's black, sir.
Look how pretty and black it is. Ooh.
Which, by the way, it's ironic, but my wife for Christmas really wanted to get a new engagement ring that fit her finger a little bit better than the one we had before. so we went out and she found this like I don't know what it's called. I think it's a sapphire. It's not like a diamond or whatever. It's expensive as hell though. But it's like a little like black and blue like sapphire from the exotic region of Montana, and she loves it. And to me, every time I look at it, I'm like, that's her. That's this black eye stuff. That's what I always see. So
You cursed your wife.
I cursed my wife. She picked it. I mean, yes, I cursed my wife. She married me. So I think I've done as harmful things as I could in the first place. So, anyways, anything else from you guys along this walk? You guys are sledding, talking about amulets, casting magics, just kind of
Keep an eye out for more dragons, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a perception check.
Or just danger in general.
You find no danger. Just a nice, quieter walk. You do on this route, though. You have during the 2 hour period, you will come across 3 different groups of people walking between the 2 cities, and that's normal. It's also abnormal. You guys have gone a lot on the east side of Tinstown and really saw nobody. Now you're kind of seeing some people, between just having a 2 hour walk in between the 2 larger cities. There is foot traffic, so there is more movement. But time goes, you guys walk. A good time, and you approach Targos. Now, as you approach Targos, just like all the other cities, there are little outposts. This one isn't as big or as exciting as all the other ones. As you guys are you guys do see the big city, the big towers that were built after the attacks years ago. I'll give you a little bit of information from the giants to those that were during that campaign. But yes, so as you guys see. You will approach and you kind of create or enter a crossroads before you get to the city. And this is not that far out of the city. This is a couple of 1,000 feet out. So you're on the outskirts of the city, but the crossroads leads northeast to Tourmaline, and then there's Targos, and then Brimshander. So you're given this crossroads, which maybe you would have assumed would be inside the town, but there is only one gate entering and leaving, and that's your southern gate.
Does the road continue on over here
No.
to head up to Bremen? Because isn't Bremen to the west?
It is. And those who have traveled would know to get to Bremen, there is no trail.
I already knew that. I don't even know why I was asking.
Due to the fact there is no trail. It's actually a shorter walk, if I'm not mistaken. But with no trail, it takes an hour longer. But as you guys approach, Targos is fortified. The walls aren't, as beat up and destroyed as Brimshander. They were not attacked. However, everything is, they are guarded. It is a well fortified city. closed and people aren't just coming and going. So if you are to enter Targos, you would have to um, request passage. So what do you guys do? Do you walk into Targos or do you head straight to Bremen?
I will inform the group that Targos or Bremen is just another couple hour walk.
So we just
Real quick, could we have talked with any of the people going by?
Oh, and real quick, as
Yeah.
we were walking here, the lantern on
Yeah.
check for elves. Sorry.
Absolutely. So give me a roll for the lantern, a D100. Okay. And yes. So they were all groups were the first group was a group of 2, the second group was a group of 3, and the third group was a group of 4, all human. All walking, no wagons, just walking. Would there have been a reason to stop one in particular, or would you want to stop all 3 groups?
All three, and just to like, if there's anything to be aware of, anything major going on where they're coming from, like, are they fleeing something? Yeah.
Okay.
Do any of them look overly hungry, as though they haven't eaten for a day or 2?
Giving away your good berries, Kedek.
Sure.
Fine.
You each have one.
So let me ask you a question then.
There are some other needy people out there.
it's going to be considered. Fuck them.
I would say 80%, if
Of
not
everyone
more,
around here,
doesn't get
proper nourishment.
proper nourishment, right? And so, like, I'm trying to kind of put it into like our society, right? So, like the United States, you know, you look around and it's hard to tell when, like, if someone's missing a couple of meals, because everyone's just fucking fat. We're all fat, right? We're all big, plump people here. But here it's kind of the opposite, right? And so, like, you have the extreme. So when you see that person that's like really malnourished, or that like poor little kid that you see at like Walmart, and you're just like, man, that's sad. And they're buying like TV dinners and shit like that. Because that's what.
Because it's
For
cheaper
mine,
than
that's
healthy
political, but I was like, so anyways, here it's kind of the same, but like everyone looks malnourished, but you still like there's those people that you're like, oh wow, like those sad Sarah McLaughlin. It's not McLaughlin. I understand. It's like what is it? Lights or whatever that have like feed the Jews in Israel for $20 a month or whatever, giving like old Holocaust survivors some
Alex
bags
Brothers.
of rice, and they're like skinny little old ladies. Like you do see like those images, and you see those people. None of those people will be walking around. Those people are kind of in corners or in halls like we were in Bridgehander. So
Yeah.
none of those people would be that way. But yes, I mean they all look malnourished. So that's what I was wondering. I was like,
Okay.
What would Elijah's standard be? Would it be because those if you would have seen these people, you'd be like, oh, that's probably one of those, not like starving kids, but a kid probably doesn't get his average meals or nutrition. But that's the majority of everybody here. A few fat wealthy.
I would have given a berry to the kids at least.
No kids. So
No kids, then never
yeah,
mind.
just all young people. Okay. So that gets that. Kadek, the things you kind of are getting is these people do this walk on a regular basis. Most of it's for business. No one really kind of says anything, and nobody looks fearful. insights on kind of them and if they're telling you the truth, you're welcome to. I've already kind of told you. I was like, it's business as usual. Nothing kind of seems out of ordinary for them. It's in the morning, and maybe that's their commute. One lives in Targos and works in Bryn Shander type thing.
Okay. I'm good. Let's go.
Um, that hurt because I had to cough and it's a new mic. I couldn't remember how to mute myself, so I had to like hold the cough, and then it hurt even worse. So anyways, as you guys are approaching, your beacon goes off. It turns green. There is a Chewinga in the area.
We just don't know location, direction, far. It's just some.
I'm letting you know you were breaking in and out. For me, at least. Is anybody else having problems with Elijah?
I have been having that problem with this microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the end, it cuts off a little early.
Well, then, just a moment.
Yeah, no, you're good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me. But you were the only one.
I'll try a different headset.
Okay. While you're grabbing that stand, what have you been doing? You've been quiet.
Oh, I have no idea.
Just kind of walk in and being a part of the group, the big, strong, silent type, huh?
Pretty much.
You get it all situated?
I think so.
Okay.
Is that any better?
Unfortunately,
very
yes.
Unfortunately. All right, so there's a Chewinga within 300 feet, but I don't know the exact location.
Oh, okay. So as you are getting closer to the city, it happens. And I'm going to extend that to, say, 1,200. So, like, it'll turn green, and we'll do this very video game-esque. It'll ping 3 times to let you know you're at its max range.
All right, then.
And so then you'll know as you get closer. So that way it kind of, like, lowers the thing. But you now know that you have entered into its range.
Well, it looks like the lantern here is telling us there's a Chewinga around. So we keep pressing forward.
So as you are approaching, as soon as you get close towards the gate, it kind of goes to the 2 pings. So like blink twice periodically, letting you know you're about like 600 feet away.
So less pings means closer.
Yeah.
Shall we look in town before moving on?
Yes.
I suppose.
Okay. So the gate's closed, right?
The gate is closed, yes.
I go up and bang on it and go, "Hello? You have Chewinga?"
So over the watch tower, a bunch of like kind I imagine like when you hit something, it makes noise, right? Like you're a big, massive dude. So it kind of catches the attention of the guards at the top. And they just kind of like run over. The way I'm like imagining is like children like running over and like leaning over and just like eyes completely wide. What is that? What are you saying? And then one of them is just like, "What are you doing? Can we help you?"
Yes,
Well-
we want in town. You have Chewanga.
Well, we
It's kinda
we would like to enter the town.
Okay. He's like, okay. Where are you coming from?
Brian Shanda.
Excellent. All of you? All five?
Yes.
Mm.
All we need. How long you staying?
Depends on how long it takes to find the Chewinga.
20,
Chewinga.
30 minutes, maybe.
Probably no longer than a couple hours.
45. Quarter past.
Just a stop over until we head on to Bremen.
This is your first time here this month?
For me, I don't know. Would it be for me? Yeah, I believe so. I don't believe I've been here in over a month.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and give them the details? Register when you get inside, and then stop banging on things.
But you open?
The door opens. So
Okay.
it's a giant gate that can be raised, and then it has like the little like side door built in, so that door just kind of opens up. And Elijah, you would be able to kind of let them know they take the registration of the sacrifice very serious here, and so you are essentially to gain entrance registering for the raffle of being killed. Sorry,
Hunger Games
Vincent,
style.
both to put that on your head.
Do I? No, I had to plug it in. It's going dead. Apparently, I didn't have this one charged.
Sorry. What were you saying, Sten?
I was pretty much saying that was like the Hunger Games.
Very much so. Yes. It's,
Very Hungry Games.
they have one gate, and if you are coming here and reaping any of the benefits of the city, you will register.
I will relay this information to them.
So as you walk in, it's got the like voter registration form type thing. You need to put your name, your residing city, where you are staying, contact in the city, all that information.
I'm going to put for my name, Squirrely Dan.
Roll deception.
And for residing city, I'll just write like my house. And reference will be Christoph. And what was the other one?
That's it. Just, how long you plan to stay?
Forever.
Keddick with the troll. But yeah, I mean, you guys can lie, because Elijah would know when you leave, they give you back your card, essentially. So if you were not there, like 10 days before the rafter, I cannot say the name.
Raffle.
Raffle. Thank you. The raffle. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if you register or not.
I mean, it matters to them because if you're lying and staying in the town and then the raffle happens, you're there, and then they'll come find you type thing. you guys only stay for the 45 minutes you think it's going to take to find the Chewingas, then when you walk out in an hour, they'll hand it back to you. It's just if you guys are here for when countdown happens, where basically they're like, nope, we keep the cards.
Hmm.
But for right now, your intentions doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem.
Oh, Elijah puts down all his truthful information.
Chris will put down all of Elijah's truthful information.
Okay. So then you guys have access. I don't see it as an issue, but just kind of world building a little bit, kind of let you guys see the how serious Targus takes it here. Yes.
If we've been potentially here in the last month, is that did they have like you have to fill out a new card every month sort of thing, or
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll know it as it is color coded. So the different colors indicate the months and type stuff like that. So some people who frequently align have like punch card type things, or they have their little systems and stuff like that. I don't think anybody kind of falls into that category.
It's only for Tarko's club members.
Pretty much. If you visit 12 times, you get your 13th death free.
Yay!
What a bargain!
But anyways, do you guys start kind of looking for the ping?
Yeah, I guess we'll just kind of wander around.
Was this the place with the lake monster?
This
No.
is not the place for the monster.
Okay.
That
I'll
was
find
also
it.
Bremen. Well, right.
there was a murder here though.
There was a murder here. Yes.
It was a shipbuilder.
Do we want to split and one person looks for the murder clues, the other person looks for Chewinga, or?
Could.
I will say, as a reminder, the murders here probably happened 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, get any
So
info will help.
somebody might know.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't think you were going to stumble into like a crime.
No. This is like weeks after the fact to see if there's
Yes.
any clues that corroborate with what we already know, yada yada.
Are you or have you ever been to Chewinga?
Yeah, I'm gonna put Worm Doom Crag on the card and just look at the reaction to that.
Wait, what did you say?
I'm just gonna put Worm Doom Crag on there and just look at their expression on their face.
They're just kind of smiling. Like obviously, a lot of people troll them, and it's earlier in the month, so is when most people like they don't care, and so like they're getting that, and they're just kind of like, that's your tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actual place.
And so they're just like
This town kind of looks like a yin yang.
same reaction that ultimately Robbie got. Just because they're like, yeah, my house, we'll find you there.
Well, Kedek, if you're going to go investigate the shipbuilder, just try not to break into any place looking for clues and such.
Fingers crossed. I mean, yeah,
I
we
suppose
promise.
I'm just gonna walk around the streets and see if I can't find out, getting closer to this Chewinga. And I think Elijah's just gonna start walking up and down the streets.
Okay. So who's gonna stay with the Chewinga hunt party?
I'll probably stay with that.
Okay.
I want to break into a boathouse.
So is it going to be Christopher and Kennick that break off?
Sounds about right.
Okay. So then Blackthorn, you stick with Elijah?
Yeah.
You don't trust me, Instant, to not get in trouble.
I'm gonna keep a little bit of a distance for them though,
Okay.
and then just kind of keep an eye out for just gonna keep an eye on anyone that we pass by.
So, all right. So I'm gonna do the three of you guys first because in the background I started thinking about because I wasn't expecting you guys to be crime scene investigators. So I'm gonna give you guys something for that cool idea. So as you guys are walking, Stan and Elijah are walking in front, and then Blackthorn is trailing. Just the way it kind of works out. Stan and Elijah are walking, and as Blackthorn gets close to a building, a woman comes stomping out of her house, and she starts yelling at the wind and tells Blackthorn to watch out for the curses the wind brings. So she's just like, I'm over it. I can't handle this anymore. The wind. It's cursed here, and I'm sick and tired of it. So look out. Staring you right in your face.
Wind is cursed.
No, the wind curses. You just hear a subtle breeze that goes, fuck!
Shit.
Well, I do recall smelling some wind from Keddick the other night while we were sleeping. It was quite foul and cursed.
It was Stu.
The stew did not set well on his.
No, it's not. It's been so cold. The weather has been horrible for like ever. And no matter what I do, I can't stop the wind, little tricksters, from opening my damn windows. And I'm sick and tired of it. Everything is covered in snow. I'm over it. She's just like, curse you, wind!
Ma'am, how much have you had to drink?
Well, thanks to good mead, none. Christopher catches wind of that. It's like, there's nothing here. Let's leave.
Right.
You just hear in the distance, fuck!
He just looks up into the air and is just like, I suddenly stopped giving a shit.
So Chewingas.
Oh, you're asking her?
I mean, yeah, I could just stating it out in the open.
Are you having a seizure?
No.
Have you actually seen the wind creature that's cursing? Is it just your house or the whole town?
It's just my house. Things are missing. The wind gets opened up. The window gets opened up. It's got to be the wind doing little tricks on me. It has to be. I don't know what I've done. I'm sorry, Aurora. I'm so sorry. I put my name in the raffle every month. I do my part, but I don't know why I'm being punished.
Do you mind if we come in and see what's going on?
Yeah, are you gonna do like a sage dance or something? Like, are you gonna try to get the spirits out of there or something?
We're definitely try to get the spirits out of there.
Then yes, by all means, please come inside. As you go inside, it's like most buildings, it's wooden, it's damp, it's kind of dark and mold and mildewy esque. There is kind of a mess. There is snow. What do you do?
First thing I do is go to a window and close it.
Okay. So the window that was opened is in the kitchen.
Well, pull me out a sack. I'm going snipe hunting. If this thing likes to open the windows, I'm going to stand there with a sack.
Okay. And that's what you're doing. You're just gonna stand there with your sack.
You have your sack out.
Actually,
right in the middle?
well, let's see. What,
Maybe it's a good thing you went to the docks.
I'm going to go ahead and start ritual casting detect magic. Maybe these creatures put off enough magic that I can be able to see one, maybe? I don't know. But that's my first thought. Or my
Okay.
second thought.
Stan, what are you working on?
I have no idea. I'm not really adept at this kind of stuff.
Just standing guard.
Pretty much. If anyone walks in or whatever happens, yeah.
Okay.
I've never tried to catch a Chewinga, but
Why do you guys keep saying chewingas?
we believe that's what the curse is.
Interesting. Wow, you're very knowledgeable.
I am a holy man.
Thor, what are you doing?
She says the things have been moved around and taken and stuff like that, so I think I'll just kind of patrol the rooms a little bit to see if I catch anything that moves oddly.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. Actually, both of you give me an investigation check. And Stan, since you're kind of like standing guard, give me a perception.
All right. 21.
Leslie, you're pretty distracted by the fact that you have your sack out at a woman's house that you don't even know. That's your woman.
It's cold.
I'm focusing on my
yeah,
components to cast my spell.
that's what I was going to say, but I wanted to get a comment. And I knew talking about sacks would get it. And I did. Got the cold comment. Good job. Blackthorn, however, you notice that over by the windowsill where Elijah had closed, you actually find tiny little tracks leading from the snowy windowsills.
So I can see where they kind of lead.
Yes, they lead to the, kind of like a bush area outside.
Okay.
What's funny is Chewinga sounds like something that's on a menu at Taco Bell. Cheesy stuffed chewinga.
Cheesy stuffed chewingas.
Cheesy stuffed chewing. That's
Rita,
funny.
Rita's Locos Chiringa.
I see. I've been trying to figure out like where would that like cute little name like come from? Like where would it? I like that. I do like that. It does sound like it's a Taco Bell dish. So you now have a lead, Black Door. What do you do with it?
I'm not going to say anything out loud, but I will just kind of point to the tracks to get Elijah's attention.
Elijah, you now see the tiny little individual tracks.
Well, do you and Sten want to go outside and see if you scare it back in?
It could come in, or it could run off.
Well, it seems to like to open this window and mess things up in here. So maybe if it hears someone stomping around out there, it may just try to come back in and hide. I don't know.
I see what I have on me. We probably ought to have maybe looked at some stuff to actually.
Catch one.
Yeah, catch it chewing away.
A little bit. Ma'am, would you happen to have any black pepper?
I do. Do you
Mind if yes. For
Constantly.
the ritual.
They go great with a Baja Blast.
Really bad
Need some
diarrhea.
fire sauce with that.
Chewinga Taco Bell.
She goes, gets you the black pepper you're looking
Only for fourth meal. Oh my god, that came late. Sorry.
for.
I will keep some of it in my hand while I'm holding the sack. In case I see this thing run in, I'm just going to throw the pepper on it, because I don't know if they turn invisible or whatnot, so I'm going to try to throw some pepper on it.
Okay.
You could hear it sneeze.
I was thinking of flour, but if it runs back outside into the snow, it wouldn't really help.
All right. So what do you guys do? Is someone going to go outside to go raise some meow?
Sure.
So Blackthorn's going outside. Sten, are you going to go out with them, or are you staying inside, seeing if it runs back in?
Well, I was kind of looking at guarding the door, so
Okay.
probably going after it.
Okay. So does that mean you're gonna stay in the house, or are you gonna go out with Blackthorn to investigate the tracks?
I want to go with Blackthorn and kind of help him with that.
Okay. So you get outside and you both kind of see tiny little tracks going towards this bush, this thicket of things.
Cut out for me.
You said I did?
No, my
Oh, okay, sorry.
I wasn't hearing anything.
Okay. So what do you do, Blackthorn?
I will take a little bit of snow just to have in my hand. Is this thicket like sparse where I can kind of see into it, or is it pretty full?
It's a bit full, and it's got like a nice like snow roof over it.
Okay. I will kind of walk to one side of the thicket. That way, me and Sten can be on kind of both sides of it for the most part.
Okay.
And I guess just kind of jiggle it, sort of.
Okay. Well, as you walk up with your, you have a higher than 13, right?
Passive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stan, what's your passive perception?
14.
Okay. So you both actually hear this. So as you guys are getting close, you pick up the sound. You kind of get the sound of like dinner plate noise, like a fork hitting a plate.
Which direction is it?
It's coming from like the bush.
The Chewinga
Oh.
stole a Dinkerhopper.
Are you still gonna go up and shake the bush?
Yeah, I would like to shake the bush and see if Blackthorn's ready for when I do it, though.
Yeah.
All right, I am shaking that bush.
Give me a perception check.
All right, 15.
How like violently are you? Are you shaking the bush like bad, or just like just enough to get attention?
Are you really beating up that bush? Oh my god! Sorry.
What's more around the bush, but that works. Anyways, though, I'm just doing it enough just to get its attention.
Okay. Give me a second. I want to see how this.
Full initiative.
A chimboe, a chimboe, in the bush, the mighty bush.
Um. This little creature pops out of the bush, kind of like comes on an outer branch. It is just kind of like throwing its arms around, like, I was there. What are you doing? And then runs immediately back inside after it sees how giant you are. It's now inside the bush.
Can I? I guess.
Pokes his head out, looks at Stu, and goes, "No one sees the wizard."
Was there a way I can kind of like use my reaction to grab it as soon as it comes out or something? Or
lack of opportunity. Did that little girl say we should bring it back alive? Yeah, I think they were wanting to do
Yeah,
tests and stuff.
I'm going to say no because it came out at you, and you were kind of shaking, hoping that you would shake it to Blackthorn. And so, in my opinion, like you would be shaking, and it would come, and you'd have like that chance, but it's gone. Like it comes out like nope, and immediately pushes it into the thing.
Caught off guard.
Yeah.
You were expecting it to go the other way.
So now it is in the bush.
I don't think it plans out to come out, Elijah.
Oh,
Maybe if you
well,
cast
very well. Then
Wild
I
Magic.
will. I will come out to you all, and I will head outside to the bush.
You now hear the
Right.
sound of a clinking of a plate.
Does detect magic pick it up at all?
No.
So we know it's in the bush. Can't use detect magic, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop that. A clanking of a plate. Is the clanking of the plate like in a rhythmic, like it's trying to?
Morse code or something?
Not Morse code, but like is it like trying to make music or something? Is it?
Or wedding toast.
Does it sound playful, or does it sound like they're eating something off the plate?
Almost sounded like someone put a plate down on a table. Just one clink.
I just look back and forth to Blackthorn. Should we try to talk to it? Should we
I don't think it
ask
really.
it to come out?
I don't think it really spoke, did it? Or at least no language we understand.
It came out for all of a moment, saw Stan, and went right back in.
Elijah's gonna be like, excuse me, little Chewinga, we're gonna need you to leave that bush.
Here's your eviction note.
I believe I can find you a new home with more of your kind.
Get nothing.
I spread apart the thicket bush and peer inside.
So it looks like there was like a setup, like kind of like a dinner, if you will. There was a plate and a cup. There is a knife and a fork. The plate is turned upside down at like an angle on top of the cup. You cannot see underneath the plate.
Sten, you saw this thing. Was it bigger than a dinner plate?
Wait, was it?
It was like less than 6 inches tall.
Yeah, it was like less than 6 inches tall, so Apparently
So
wasn't
I
very
think he
big.
might be building himself a little tiny fort in here.
Hmm.
You guys are fucking killing me. I hope you know that.
Again, not the way I thought this encounter would go.
What, you read the 6-inch guy just rooting around in that bush, setting up for it, huh?
I'm gonna try to reach in there and flip the dinner plate over.
You're just
See
gonna
if he's hiding behind that.
you're just gonna flip it up and over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reach in there and knock the dinner plate over. You said it's like angled onto a cup,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna flip it back down.
The moment you flip it, it's like if you've ever in your house like stumbled upon like mice or something. That's exactly what happens. And there's 3 of them, and they book it, all in different directions. Just book it. They go. One goes into the snow. One goes further, like down into the rocks. The other one's like down in the stump.
So split up.
Well, I think they're all still right around here. I mean, we could have Sten just rip this bush out. Maybe we could plant it again later.
Hmm.
It's not really getting a whole lot of sunlight anyway.
But we saw them pop up, like all 3 of us, or just Elijah?
I think anybody who's paying attention could have seen what had happened.
Would I be able to do this?
Yes.
Then I'd just like to use that on just one of them.
Okay. Absolutely. You know we're the ones hiding in the snow. It's like a big snow mound up against the wall.
Okay. I think we just needed to catch one. There's one.
Well, I mean, I do hate to break up a family, but if you know we want, here's a sack. I'll let you try to catch it. I apparently missed my opportunity to snatch them all at one time.
I'll take the sack and go over and attempt to scoop up the one in the snow mound.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm so sorry. You would. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Let me reread this. Okay. Sorry. As I was reading further on, I wanted to read all the little things. The one thing I didn't think I would need to read. I apologize. So here's how this would happen, right? Because I wanted to know the sequence, right? So you cast Mark the Scent as soon as you saw it jump out and like leap into the snow.
Yes.
Okay. almost as soon as you get that scent, it immediately goes away, as if it's gone from the plains. Like you had it, is gone.
It's going a little bit more difficult.
Yep.
Sorry, I was looking. I was like, it's got a bunch of like weird little like things to like avoid being attacked
Caught.
and stuff and caught. Yes. And so as I was reading it further, I wanted to make sure like it didn't have any different things to add to rolls, but it actually changed up the way that interacted.
Okay.
We want to try to scoop up the snow anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just dig. I assume where it went into the snow, you can see a little bit of a divot.
So even if you kind of like go and or like kind of like carefully like peeling back the layers of the snow, you then hit essentially ice from all the snow being packed in, and in a dark corner of this like the wall, it's surrounded by ice, and that's where it leads, as if this creature went into the ice. Give me just like an intelligence check, anybody that's there. So the three of you guys stand as well.
Just a regular check, no
Regular,
saving.
like intelligence or maybe survival or nature, I'd be okay with. If you want to do the 13 and add your modifier on that there, Blackthorn.
Well, I mean, survival's wisdom, so I didn't.
Oh. Well, maybe it would be wisdom. Never mind, reroll, not intelligence. I always get those mixed up on things like that. Yeah, no, it would be wisdom, you're right. Slightly less. Elijah, you could do nature or wisdom or survival, I apologize. We're just gonna chalk it up to being old man today. Okay. So I'd honestly say all of you guys kind of have this. It maybe stem from, you know, just being a creature of the north. You've heard the like tales or whatever of creatures being able to burrow into ice and snow and rock, and you know they were small. You never kind of had a name to them. But like your assumption is this creature has gone into this giant block of snow. You also saw another one go into the plant, so like the root. Like you saw it enter the root, and then you saw the other one go into a rock. So you guys are all kind of able to kind of piece together that maybe these creatures are able to enter in different elements and occupy those spaces.
Well, maybe we should catch up with the others. Let these guys feel somewhat secure, and maybe they'll go back to the bush and build a little fort.
Sorry, the one went into a rock, right? Is that a rock that we can just pick up?
100% you. If anything, Sten could pick up that rock.
Oh, Sten, go put that rock in that bag.
All right.
And as we're walking away, I guess we'll see if the lantern stays lit while we have the rock, or if it starts to dwindle as we get further away from the other ones.
Yeah, it stays lit.
Hmm.
Good job, Blackthorn.
Excellent.
just
You did it.
kidnapped one of them.
Me as a player, I feel guilty about that, but Blackthorn, not so much.
That's smart. Yeah, that's totally ruined the encounter. I was super excited about it. So this is a cool, and I thought Robbie would freaking love it. My character was even freaking there, and now I'm just bitter and sad. Blackthorn's smart. You guys did good.
I mean, should we try to get the other two? Keep the family together? I mean, I'm sure Sten could yank that bush right out of there, with roots and all. Don't know how we'll get the ice one out.
If you really wanted, I guess you could just try and cut out some of the ice and hope it's in that patch.
How big is that sack?
I don't know. How big is that bush?
There's no way the bush would fit. Like the rock is, you have filled this very much with a rock. Like it's not. I mean, maybe it's classified as like a boulder, like a soccer ball. Like think of like a soccer ball as like kind of like a rock. Like this is a substantial weight. You're like 30, 35 pounds. You got a giant kettlebell that you were just walking around with. I mean, it won't bother you or Keddick, but like Blackthorn would be struggling. Elijah for sure would be struggling with this thing.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it.
Okay. So you guys are walking away, or you guys are gonna try to get the other two?
I mean, do we have another sack, bag?
I'm gonna try to talk to him. I'm just gonna be like, listen, we got your little friend that jumped in the rock. We're gonna take you to a nice place. We just can't have you staying here. If you want to join your friend, travel with them, come on out. Don't even know if they can understand me.
Give me perception. No movement.
Well, I guess we can just carry on. We can check back and see if they've come back out later.
Okay.
On our way back out, I will stop in and tell the lady. I think we've got one of your curses taken care of.
One of my curses?
Well, I mean, you
How
had
many did I have?
you had 3, but one of them is definitely gone, and we're going to check back with you in just a little while and
Great.
see if everything's
God, I
still
had
okay.
one problem. I had 3, now I have 2. God bless you.
And bless you too.
Was that said sarcastically, or?
Yes.
She's got
very
one less
sarcastic.
problem than she really had, but one more problem than she thought she had.
All right. So the other 2, you guys are heading down to the docks.
Yeah. Well, do we know where the murders happened?
I'm going to kind of browse what this lady told you guys, or at least what the book says she told you guys. Let's follow them.
Like, what details about this murder do we know?
A human shipbuilder and Torgos is all you know. Jordan, did I give you guys fake names for those people?
No, you didn't give us names for them. You just told us their race, occupation, and what town it was.
I think to start, then we'd probably be looking for like a shipyard or a place where those kind of people are working because they'd know, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll say um this building right here, like this group of buildings, will be the shipyard, and then like all like those little tiny like little like outbuilding looking type things, these little squares. That's where the boats are. So there's people outside, working on them, sanding them. I think you oil them too. Boat maker. But
Pitch
I'm
there's
not a boat doctor.
what's that?
I'm not a boat
pitch,
doctor.
pitch and tar
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
to help seal the cracks and make them watertight.
that's what I was thinking. So they're out like kind of treating these boats, trying to get them fortified for the ice.
Cool. We'll go up and talk to them.
Okay. You know, these are typical blue collar guys. You don't really, they're not talkative.
Hey, what you do around here? You in the wrong neighborhood, Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, pretty much. So after kind of a few cold shoulders, you do get one kind of smaller guy, very Christopher-esque.
Hey, what do you want? What the fuck do you want, huh?
Coming up like, what are you guys doing around over here?
We come to investigate murders, find perpetrator. You help us with this, yes?
Murders?
Yes.
Oh God, more people have died?
No, just the one, the shipwright guy. Yeah.
Oh. That bastard. Serves him right, honestly.
You like him?
I mean, I liked him until I found out what he did.
What do you do?
He's a draft dodger.
That thing where you put your name in and you get called and then you run away?
Wow. He put his name in. Apparently paying off somebody. Paying off the wrong guy. His name wasn't in the raffle, and I guess someone found out about it and took care of it. Serves him right.
Where'd you hear about that? Out of curiosity. I mean, something like that. It seems like some uncommon knowledge.
Not around here. You don't keep secrets around here.
Well, if he deserved it or not, like, he still got murdered, and, I guess the debt was paid, but mind sharing a couple details about how that happened?
Yeah. Working alone in the corner of a warehouse? Guess he was alone long enough for someone to just stab him. Through the heart. With ice.
With ice, you say?
You ask me? It was the Frost Maiden herself.
I'm taking that's a pretty uncommon means of death around here.
In a building, yeah. I mean, I've heard plenty of stories. If you don't knock those icicles down, those are falling daggers when it warms up. Well, I guess it doesn't really warm up, does it?
No, but accidents still happen. So was this a fairly wealthy man?
No. He works here.
I'm just kind of curious how a poor person could afford to dodge the draft, so to speak, but not. Seems kind of suspicious having somebody working alone, like that. Unless that's not. I mean, if that's not uncommon.
That's not uncommon. You get tasked with something. Other people get tasked with other things. I like it when I work alone.
Bill?
Of course. I proudly put my name in the raffle each week or each month.
So you think if he didn't put his name, I mean, if he'd have put his name in the raffle like he was supposed to, it would never showed up dead.
Or I would have never killed him. She got him. Either way, you don't dodge the draft. You just don't.
What do you know about this man? Did he have any enemies?
Before the news got out, of course.
Yes. Somebody who really don't like him.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't really stick my nose in other people's business. I guess you guys don't have a problem with that.
You said no secrets in town.
Well, there's no secrets, but that's because people talk. I'll listen. I'm not gonna.
So you talk.
No.
You talk to us now. You give secrets. Is way a village and tribe. You just said.
Sorry, my friend here, he means well. He's just from a different place.
I normally don't talk. You're right. You got me. I'm feeling the mood.
Okay.
Thought
So
I'd
you
help
tell?
you out.
Yes. Thank you. So these men, no enemies, but do you know if associated with group, no job, something out of ordinary for him, maybe?
Now, I think, honestly, the only thing I know is he had a kid. Wife died. Probably just worried about the kid.
Kid is still alive?
Yeah?
Are they here in town?
Not here. Brent Shander.
Who is kid?
Something with the C. Honestly, don't know.
Okay.
Did you, when you heard about the news and it all broke out, I'm sure it probably happened really fast. Did you do you remember any out-of-towners or any merchants in there? Kind of like, us just showing up out of the blue.
No, nothing out of the blue.
About regular occurrences that are a little more transient in nature. Like they don't happen often, but they come around every couple months.
During that time?
Yeah, some kind of pattern.
Well, now that you mention it, I do remember stopping by Torg's earlier that day. It's got into town. I'd like to go see what they got. Sometimes they find some good stuff. I don't ask questions where they get their merchandise. Sometimes it's good.
Probably wise. Yeah, you don't want to stop the goods from flowing, right?
Yeah.
Why would this stop flow?
I'll explain later.
Oh.
Where'd you meet them? Like, where do they normally set up shop?
Oh, just south of here, over by the markets.
Well, that's pretty fantastic. I really appreciate your time. Kedek, do you have anything you wanted to ask?
No, I have a way of saying thank you for helping. Hold out hands.
Like terrified and like holds out his hands.
I will drop the mall that Kristoff looted from the dwarf place. Like the giant fucking hammer thing he found in the basement. And then just drop that on his arms, just like, it's good weapon. Serve you will.
He's this tiny like nerd little guy, so you drop it and he just falls to the ground with it. Thanks. Are you gonna be
Use
upset if I sell it?
Not at all. It's yours now.
You can do this. Is important to feed oneself, but consider options of building muscles and not being weakling, as weaklings get picked off in wild.
Yeah, and you can, if you're interested in following that more, come check out our self-help seminar that's coming next month. And I'm gonna just push Kedek away, like we're leaving now.
Christoph, what is seminar?
It's a thing where people give money to hear people speak when they speak for a living.
This is thing?
Yeah, it's a lot of really good money. Remember when I told you what a sucker was?
No.
We'll talk about that later.
You are a seminar. You do this?
Yeah, from time to time.
You do this now. Go make money. Go
Well-
seminar.
No. We'll find the power within later. Let's go.
Power within? Within what?
Within you. It's you all along. I really don't want to do this right now. Come on.
Okay. Sorry.
You want to check out the market?
I already forgot what we were doing.
We were trying to find clues.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one drinking too. This is weird. I think the clues left, like they were saying that the traders set up in the marketplace. So maybe we go ask the marketplace what. Couple questions about who they are, where they come from, and all that. That seems to be the best lead we got so far.
All right. You be good cop. I be bad cop.
I don't know if I want. Okay. You be cop that doesn't quite understand why he's angry, cop. Or you can just say cop.
NPC.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go to the market.
Follow the clues.
Hap, do you remember what he said the merchants' names were?
Nope.
Fuck.
It was south. So the store is Trigilo.
Bigilo. See, we become Jordan dependent.
We have. Oh no.
And it would be that building. So right across it is where they set up. Torgs would set up. So it's just a normal general store that's there now. There's nothing really kind of set up other than this general store. And it's Triglio is what it's. Triglio.
Biglio.
Anyone who maybe has fished, it's an old shanty, and just so happens a lot of the fishers from Targos will sing it. do my best, but it's in Shanty language, so forgive me. And the little Shanty goes, Triglio, lads, and outs upon the line, Triglio, lads, and bring yon fishers in. I don't have a clue what that means.
That means come on in.
Yeah, come on in. So as you get inside, it's a nice store. It's nothing spectacular, but it's nice. And the store proprietor, he's working by himself. He is described as a scarecrow-like fellow with a crushed left hand.
Slam my hand on the countertop. When were you at Night of Murders?
Do you really?
Yeah, could
Oh,
cut that
fuck.
up.
Oh my god. Okay.
He's just like wide-eyed.
Sorry, my friend had some spicy food.
Spicy stuff.
This is a general store.
Do you have a moment for us to ask you a couple questions? Just trying to look into the murder that happened a little bit ago.
The creature's not gonna beat me up, is he?
No. I mean, I guess it depends on how many questions you answer, but I'm pretty sure not.
He's
Do like the whole fist in my hand thing.
he just like hard gulps, like. Okay.
I'll tell you this way. If you answer everything that we have to ask as honestly as possible, there's absolutely no worry you have to have in your little heart.
Okay.
So, there's a merchant group called Torgs that shows up every now and again and sets up shop right across. from
Yeah,
you.
I hate them. I hate that they get to sit up across my. They. I think they steal their stuff. I don't know where they get it. I've never done anything with them. I don't like them. They come and they take my profits away. That's honest.
Well, then you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit of information about them then.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, secrets and top is good.
Yeah. Well, how often do they come, and who all is involved with them? Like, what do they look like? Who are they? How many are they? You know, all that fun stuff.
Well, I don't know their whole operations. I know that devilish little dwarf has some kind of agreement with the town speaker to be able to come here whenever she damn well pleases. I guess I don't know, sporadic.
Mhm.
I don't really chart it out. I just know whenever she's here, I'm not making no money.
I only ask for you to share what you know. You don't have to share what you don't know.
Okay. Just
So-
staring at Gaddock.
So there's a dwarf lady, right? She have any accomplices? I mean, associates?
Well, yeah, she's got a few employees. I think there's just like the helping hands, and then there's that. Well, there was this the last two times. There was this devilish looking man. The scariest blue eyes I've ever seen.
That's interesting. Can you describe this scary blue man?
He was very nicely dressed, and he just had these dark blue piercing eyes. It's almost as if he had no soul or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. Am I speaking ill? Is that your friend?
No. You're fine. You're fine.
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
We fall in love.
You said
When you looked deeply into his eyes, did you fall in love? He sounds like love to me. Yes.
Headache. Oh, God damn it. Look, we don't.
Is this like last time I get wrong? Love is not terror.
Yeah, no, love is not terror, or at least healthy love. I mean, some love is terror, but that's the bad kind. Although it really could be good sometimes, I guess.
Only
Anyway,
if it's consensual.
exactly. There's certain, as long as the words are known by everybody, there's words involved. We'll talk about that later. I'm gonna level with you, but we think that they might have been involved in the murder of the shipwright and a couple others. And I'm thinking that scary blue-eyed man of yours is possibly involved, if not the whole group of them. So anything you could, I'm assuming that he's not exactly interacting with all the rest of them, and is a bit standoffish, right?
You're telling me they work for Aurel herself?
Well, are you telling me that? Like you're the one that witnessed them. Wait, are you?
Well, Aurel is the one that killed that man.
Why don't you go first? Who's the real?
The Frostmate. The one who's cast the never-ending winter.
So you're a businessman. Like sometimes you have people that'll do things for you, right? But they're not always going to do things for you, right? So maybe this guy was doing something for her, but not actually doing it for her. Maybe it just looked like it was for her.
Are we talking about love again?
I think so. Yes.
Yes, yes, we are.
Jordan. Was dying on a chip.
Maybe we don't know who they work for. We don't know what they're doing. All we do know is that they're killing people. And from what I heard, y'all think that the shipwright deserved it. That's fair. But there's a lot of other people involved that didn't. And it's kind of our job right now to go find who it is and deal with it.
Who are you guys? Are you working with?
We're the ones asking the questions here, Pring.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, any help is appreciated, and I'd absolutely love to know more about that blue-eyed man.
Sounds beautiful.
Listen, I think I maybe have told you enough. I don't know who I'm getting in trouble with by talking to you, who I'm not getting in trouble. I'm just really scared. Can we end this?
I don't know. Can we end this?
Are you working for Speaker Narith?
No, I don't work for anybody in town.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna lean in real close, and I'm gonna whisper him. And say, "I work for people far bigger than that, and I think you know that, don't you?"
Here. So,
I'm gonna lean in and look extra menacing.
I don't know what I've done to make you mad or real, but if it's my time to go, it is my time to go. Please take care of my 16 cats.
Well, if you'll name them all individually, I can see to it that happens. But I don't have any interest in you. I don't want to hurt you.
We'll have
Loud
several days
noise
of
from
food
the
today.
sky beams down. If you make me name 16 NPC
But it will be dying how I wanted to go. No, we have nothing. No interest in harming you. We have no interest in harming anybody. We want to find justice.
I don't understand. I'm getting threatened, and then I'm not getting threatened.
This is deadly serious.
Look, I appreciate this, and you know what? We will leave you be, and we will hopefully not darken your doorstep again if you just give us a couple more answers to these questions, and it's specific to these traders.
Okay.
So how do you have I'm assuming that a man like you would probably have a schedule for how they show up, since they're going to be detrimental to your business, such that you would need to know this. Do you have any idea when the next time they'll be in town?
No, I don't. Like I said, I don't know the schedule. I don't know
They just show up willy-nilly, right?
They just show up.
You said the speaker knows them?
I assume that the speaker's the one that granted them access to be able to set up an exterior and outdoor merchant. You're not allowed to do that by rules. I'm sure he's getting some kind of cut.
You know where we'll find the speaker?
Well, I know he stays in the inn. The Luskin Arms.
Okay. Anybody else that triggers the same kind of feelings that one man did? Anybody around the dwarven lady that stands out, or is it really just him?
I mean, throughout the day, he never left her sight. I don't really follow her or him around in the evenings.
You didn't have any other menacing people show up in addition to the two of them?
I mean, they're all menacing, if you ask me.
More so, like ones you'd fall in love through fear.
I've never fallen in love through fear before in my life. Is that what this is supposed to be? Are we supposed to fall in love by the end of this?
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna give him a light kiss on the cheek and we're gonna leave.
Not weird at all.
It's supposed to be weird.
Okay. Weirdest encounters I've ever had in my life.
Did you think that this would be different with Robbie and me in the same room together? Like,
Just saying what I feel. As you're walking away, if you look back, the shop is closed. He has shut down for the day.
he's going to see his therapist.
Power of your seminar is very impressive.
Thank you. You really helped add the threatening air that all seminars need.
I see. I am seminar. What is word?
Promoter.
Priest.
Should we go back to the rest of the group before we talk to the speaker, or do you want to have another seminar?
Well, we will say that maybe around this time, you guys have been talking and kind of going around that you guys could kind of easily bump into the party.
You find your plate goblins?
Yeah,
Have a rock.
yeah. Gonna show him the bag with the rock in it.
With the rock.
Is rock?
Oh, it's like,
Well, one of those elemental things jumped in there.
Oh,
yeah, the Chewinga.
you want me to smash it?
No,
No,
I imagine it would come out on its own whenever it feels like it.
We wait till it is unsuspecting. Yes.
And if you guys ever want to, I have a feeling that you'll get a discount at the general store if you just drop our name.
yeah, I'm afraid we try to smash the rock, he might risk killing the Chewinga.
He's okay. They say bring back dead or alive, yes?
Pretty
I
sure she
think
needs
they want-
to
Pretty
alive.
sure she was wanting it alive.
Yeah. Maybe not then.
There was two more in a bush. One jumped into the roots and one jumped into ice. But we got the one that jumped into a rock.
We need catch as many as we can. Yes.
I think she only wanted one of them.
Oh, is it? That's all we need?
Figure we just need one. She didn't give a specific number. More wouldn't hurt, but I wouldn't waste time.
I believe it was just to find and catch chewingas. So I guess I don't know if she's planning on giving us 25 gold for each one we catch, or if we just needed to get one.
We should probably clarify that before we start wiping the earth of chewingas.
I'm not sure if 25 gold is worth all this mess.
I think it is. I think 25 gold is well worth some mess. A little bit.
Yes.
If you get tired of carrying the sack with the rock, I'll gladly take my turn.
Me as well. Yes.
So we just basically made the shopkeeper shit himself and learned a couple things, and then I'll tell the group what we learned.
Reese has much power in seminar.
What's a seminar?
Seminar.
I
Reese
don't.
commands with words.
Oh
and
God!
People, they listen.
I have heard of spells that do the same. I've never
Yes.
heard them called a seminar before, but
So just fancy talking then?
Yes. He's magic of words, of will.
so did the
Power.
shopkeeper know which way when the last time they were here and which way they were headed?
Nope.
Yes. In love.
No, but there was a couple descriptions that we were able to get out of it, and I think it is just the right amount of questions that we'd need to ask the speaker.
Where's the speaker?
The inn,
What's
the dry alcoholless inn.
what is the speaker doing there?
Well, I can tell you what they're not doing because they're not drinking. Because no one is drinking.
Suppose we can go there and talk to the speaker.
I'm going to become increasingly unhinged the longer we go without alcohol.
You had alcohol yesterday. You had the spicy ale literally yesterday.
That was 24 hours ago at least.
So is that what you guys choose to do? You guys do the Luskin Arms?
I believe so.
Okay. So let me add that. Tell you what. Literally every single thing I did not expect. So that's cool.
We did.
Appreciate it.
You didn't have to name cats. That's a good one.
Yeah, 6. As soon as I said that, you said, I won't make you name them. I was like,
I knew that was going to get you. I was like, I didn't really want that, but I wanted just to play with it. Flirt with death, so to speak.
So this, when you get to it, looks old. Like, old. It is a very old building. In fact, it's probably the oldest building here in the town. If not all the towns you've been in. This is a
Like
very
born in
old-
1900s.
Yes, like not kept well. The architecture is a lot different. Some of the architectural here in this town, anyways, is a lot different. It has a more southern inspired. So anyone from the south, especially maybe from Luskin, kind of recognize some of this architectural, especially this building itself. And as you walk in, it is as not great as the outside either. The floorboards are rotten. There's a cold drift that comes from the cellar in the common room area. It's infested with rats, which you can kind of hear and kind of see like the holes in which they are rummaging around. And this is the end. If I said tavern earlier, I apologize. I actually meant inn. And so you go in, and it is a human. He is a quiet man. He is a balding man, and he is just kind of hunched over the counter. As you walk in, he just kind of looks up. Hey, what can I do for you guys?
You wouldn't happen to know if the speaker's in, do you?
Um, yeah, he might be. He might be in right now. I don't really remember. I don't think I remember seeing him leave today to head out to the town hall. So yeah, maybe. Maybe he's there. You want a room?
Well, maybe if you just point us into his direction where he would be if he was here.
Upstairs, end of the hall, the double door, the biggest room in the building.
Thank you kindly. And can you break a gold? I need silver.
All you say when you say, can you break gold? He looks over at Sten and he just goes, "No, but I'm sure that guy probably could break it."
All right. Could you trade me a gold for the equal and appropriate amount in silver?
I can.
Would you?
I can.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a gold.
Well, can't say money to exchange on the over the counter today. That's progress.
And sad.
Good attitude, positivity.
Absolutely. It's another day. Cold outside.
Yes. And you are alive.
Slightly warmer inside.
Yes.
Achy bones, achy legs.
How about the silver though? How's your silver doing? Because it's certainly not in my hand yet.
He just kind of stops, counts it out. Here's your 10 silver.
Thank you kindly. I'm gonna give him 2 of them.
Excellent. I'm not just a bank. I'm still just a shitty innkeeper.
Well, if you keep working hard, you'll be the shittiest innkeeper. Just believe in yourself. I'm gonna walk upstairs.
Okay.
I go with.
Question. Would I know the name of the speaker here?
No.
Okay.
If you want to drop down, we can talk for 30 seconds of why.
Okay.
They're a werewolf.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
for reference, for the stream, by the way, if you are watching and you're wondering why I just muted myself in the conversation, all my players have secrets, and I don't want to accidentally allow someone to know somebody else's secret by watching the VOD later to hear everything. So I'm moving back up.
Okay.
All right. All right. So you head up to the double doors. What do you do?
Knock.
A man in full black opens the door. Can we help you?
Well, hello, good sir. Are you wouldn't by chance be the speaker, would you?
I am not. Do you have
Oh.
a meeting with him scheduled?
I do now, and I'm gonna push him aside, and I'm gonna walk in.
Okay, must be very important. Who else follows?
Me. I add to the muscle in through.
And so it was actually a tiefling that was at the door.
Did he have supplies?
Standing near the hearth, a man with a mouse raised up above him and lowering it down, facing the opposite direction from you all. Seems to be feeding something in a cage that you cannot see.
Oh, okay. Thought he was like eating it himself, popping it in like a fucking cherry.
No.
Oh god, Snake Guy's back. Ah!
No. He's got black and silver hair kind of slicked back. He is a human. He too is in all black. Actually, so he is in all black. The one answered the door would not be in all black. Is in a full set of armor. And without turning around or kind of looking at you, very mob boss-esque, asks, "What was so important that you had to barge in?"
What could be more important to a speaker than the murder of his people?
Another murder. Captain, did you know about this? And turning around, he sees you guys and makes a puzzling look at you all. As you guys are kind of like in the door, and Christopher's walked in. Who all has walked in, by the way?
Me.
Who has
Me. Elijah walked in.
Okay.
I didn't realize I was muted for the last 15 minutes.
That happens. That happens to the best of us.
Blackthorn would not have. He would have tried to stay out of kind of the line of sight of the door, especially when the group started to push in.
Okay. And then Sten?
Sten's gonna stay in the kind of before the doorway, you know, drinking about a half pint of ale.
Where the fuck did you get ale? And how do I get some? I will drop what I'm doing and I will go take some of that.
I got it from the first town.
He's had this ale.
He did say he was putting it in those wineskins.
So he just kind of looks, he's a little puzzled that there's that many of him, or of you all here. So there was another murder, huh?
How many were you counting?
Well, there was the dock worker a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's really the only one we're inquiring about.
Did I pick up any disdain when he said that?
I'll give me an insight check.
Insight. I have a 0 in insight. Nine.
No. Yeah, just maybe a little bit of boredom from this conversation.
Fucking mob bosses and their goddamn ADD.
So
Okay.
You're here to inquire about it or ask for
Yeah, we're here for information, and the fact that this is not the only death that has been occurring, and in fact, we think the merchants that are involved with it have been killing people literally across the entire plane. I think it's more than just a dock worker at this point.
And who are you working for?
Tribe.
Captain Scath. Have you hired these adventurers to uncover some murder plot here in the north?
Yes.
And the tiefling just kind of chuckles. No. The matter has been put to rest. I don't know who these people are.
So you mean by telling the people? I mean, I got to give you a credit. The messaging is absolutely fantastic. Convincing the people that it was the literal god that killed them is pretty impressive stuff. But I think you can appreciate the fact that people in our line of work, including your own, probably really aren't going to be all that excited to disclose who they're working for. So rather than upsetting powers that may be more than you want to deal with, just give us some basic information on a couple merchants, would you?
What he said.
He's just gonna kind of laugh and say, "Are you trying to shake me down?"
No, I'm just asking a question here. I didn't think there was much to shake.
We're just looking for information.
As far as I'm concerned, you're an upstanding speaker that's just trying to do best by your town. And
I mean, for your town, it's just one person. For all of 10 towns, it's been probably at least 3 or 4. It could be more, but that's what we're inquiring about.
Before I willingly just hand over information. By the way, here's the scene.
Nice.
Father of Dragons.
Oh yeah, which by the way, you have now kind of seen that there are 3 flying snakes inside the cage.
Well, out of character, I know what flying snakes represent.
And,
I don't, so I guess that's convenient.
I think it's probably going to be real helpful for you to tell me who sent you. Who are you working for?
What tribe?
Well, we've heard different rumors from different towns, and we're trying to piece it together ourselves.
So,
Do you really think that everything is moved by just a single motion of a powerful person? Do you think that there's no point in which an entire town would put up some money to do some stuff?
He is doing the seminar.
So if you really have to know,
he's just
we
gonna
work
kinda
with
chuckle.
Brincander.
And if you want me to roll a deception check, because I know I was absolutely lying.
Wait, what?
I know I was absolutely lying.
Wait, I actually didn't even hear you speak.
You didn't.
No, what did you say? I apologize.
I said, actually, we've been hearing rumors from town to town, and we're trying to piece this together ourselves.
Not quite yet, but yes, um, I will keep that in mind. To the comment that Christopher had made about a single powerful man dictating the actions of a city, he's just gonna kind of laugh, just be like, "You look like a Southern boy, but you don't think like a Southern boy."
Thank you. I mean, good or
That's
bad?
not a compliment. Where are you from?
The ocean.
So you're just
What?
stupidly raised on the ocean? Where are your parents from, boy?
Wait, hold on. I'm a noble, but I just don't remember where this is from.
It's just saying. Okay, do you want to drop down real quick and I can help you pick a city?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. Stop double clicking. I will be muting myself again.
trailer park area behind it. And I guess there's a few cats that would roam around the area. So she would set out like food and stuff for them behind the building. So we would occasionally have cats pop up as we were going to take stuff out.
All 16 of them, huh?
Yep, all 16 of them. Couldn't tell you their names, but man.
All right, so we're back. So we're just kind of kick right back into conversation there with Christopher. We're fine with that. So he's just kind of like smugly looking and laughing as it is foolish to think that anybody not within the power can actually accomplish anything. So no, I'm not worried about a bunch of villagers, heroes, adventurers rallying together. Because even if you strike me down, which would be foolish in a failed attempt, but even if you just get lucky with a glancing blow, there would be somebody else to take my place. The organization would stand.
Oh, organization is big tribe then, yes?
It's a big tribe.
He gets it. And he's from here. And yet you, Southern boy, still don't get it.
Chris is going to look defeated, and he's going to look at him and go, the snake still flies in the north, but it takes an opportunity to sink its fangs in, doesn't it? Maybe we could work for you.
Maybe we could. I have
Bernard.
lots of little tasks that would be perfect for a group like you.
Well, not just a minute ago, you was insulting our group and calling us a bunch of farmhands, but I think we're getting way off topic here about we're not looking to unseat you or anything like that. We're just
If I
hoping to find
may,
out who the
Elijah, a man like this is pretty clearly not going to give us anything we want unless we give him something he wants, and I think we can find a way to do that and have our cake and eat it too, so to speak.
I think the lesson here is what you want has no value. So yes, your farmhand would be great. There is an opening at the docks, I hear. Recent vacancy.
Yes, murder, we investigate.
Oh. And here we are, back to more useless things. People die. People live. It's the north. It's cold. Norreal sometimes kills people. It's just the way of the north. It's not
You like it
worth
up in the north?
your time. I miss the south. I like it. It's coming along well. It's growing. Blackthorn, what are you still doing?
Maybe kind of listening in if able, but still kind of staying out of the room and out of potential eyesight of anyone in the room.
So here's what's gonna happen, right? To be able to do that, you won't be able to kind of listen. So the way it is, it's at an end of a hallway. So the double doors are open, and so you know if you're staying back and kind of keep it behind the taller characters that are in there, you know you kind of, but you cannot be completely concealed.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to be kind of out of the room, and I might just go back downstairs and outside and wait for the party to be done.
Okay. So, so he just kind of was reiterating that person doesn't matter. But you have muscle.
Well, I mean, all life matters, but even if this person no longer matters, the next person might. And so we are looking to stop whoever it is.
Well, I hear she has many forms and walks the north. Good luck finding her. And the knight on the chair just kind of chuckles and laughs.
Do you have any real confidence that she, as we call her, is going to decide to kill in ways that favor you, or do you have even the slightest worry that that may end up becoming something inconvenient? Do you really think you can control her?
No, I never implied that I could control a god. I don't worry about other men. I do worry about her, for sure. Myself and everybody else that works for me puts her name in the raffle. I agreed to the raffle in the first place because I know her and I want her mercy. I don't want her
So-
wrath.
Just out of curiosity, right? If you happen to have a merchant that just stops by, not really one of yours, not somebody that you can truly control once they leave your sight, albeit as widespread as that may be, do you think that they might be just trustworthy enough to allow them to operate without a sense of worry?
No.
Because I feel like, unfortunately, an ice dagger melts before you find out which side of your back it's stabbed in. And if there's an opportunity for us to help each other, I'd like to find that. If not, then I wish you all the best.
So this all comes back to Torga, or this all circles to Torga?
Yes, it does.
Is she who you work for?
No.
No, but I believe we are looking for someone that works for her.
Yes. I heard these rumors. It's interesting when there's excitement of a murderer here in the north. Which talking point went usually it's a real. But you've grabbed onto the thought that Torga has done it, huh? She's your boogeyman?
No.
What did she steal from you?
This isn't a personal squabble between us and Torga. This is more akin to a link between her associates and other parties that we don't know anything about, but have quite a long reason to worry.
He's just gonna now laugh. And now he's gonna go take a seat.
What was the name of the thing that one dwarf spewed out before he died?
Like the Night Father or something like that.
Sunlight, is that what it was? Jordan's looking it up.
Jordan, go ahead and read that last part back to me.
Court record, what was that?
Jordan, strike the profanity from the record. I know I said burning bush like 12 times, but we don't need the courts to know that in a public record. Talking about my recent bout with syphilis, it was actually a big deal, so...
I can get it for you, Jordan. It is sunlight.
That was like the clan, right?
Yes.
It could be a last name of a vampire or something.
Ooh.
So as he sits down on his site, so you're not worried about the Sunblight plan?
Sunblight. And the tiefling's gonna lean forward and whisper something in his ear. Oh. No, not yet. But I've been keeping an eye on them. So
This is good.
listen,
Yes.
I must say, I thought maybe you are working for somebody. Which one of my many enemies is trying to get something from me. Maybe I'm cautious or uneasy or untrusting. But
Or smart?
Southern boy is learning. But clearly, you are a bunch of noble do-gooders looking to rid the world of one bad creature. If that is your cause, you're in Icewind Dale. Go out to the streets and talk to somebody. They're horrible. They're hiding something. And they've probably killed somebody in the south. And now they're here. Ask yourself, why do you live here? If you're not hiding or running from something, why do you choose this life? You could live in the grandest city of them all, Tuscan. But like you, Southern boy, sometimes we do bad things in the South. Things we probably shouldn't, and we end up here. It's hard to walk around and not find somebody who doesn't deserve the fate they have. But that's just me.
Well, I do suppose there's many that deserve the fate that don't. That it hasn't happened to yet.
And the heart and soul of your little four-party companion speaks. You do have a good heart. I can see it. As well as your white hands. He just kind of nods. So listen. I will give you two questions. And I will answer them as honestly as I decide. And then after that, the four of you will walk out and you will leave me alone. So what is your first question?
Well, shit, what should we be asked? If we only get two, we should think about them.
Blue Devil man is bad one. Yes.
Yes. That's not the question. He doesn't get to ask.
I assume you guys are all talking amongst yourselves.
Honestly, I regardless of what questions we ask him, I don't see us being able to believe any of it.
That's the nature of information, Elijah. You don't have to believe it. You just have to know it.
Use the seminar.
Well, I guess none of you have a question you want to pose first.
Uh,
I can come up with one, but
I don't. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna give us any honest answer.
I'm kind of curious what he meant by the four of us will leave. Who's staying?
He only
only
sees
four in the room.
he only sees four of us.
Yeah, Blackthorn's
He
not.
hasn't seen Black.
Oh,
Actually, this is kind of awkward, but this is the news. I now work for him. Uh, I wish that wasn't kind of like, wait, this is hitting way too close to home for the whole fucking general intrigue of me switching jobs. It's like, there's a lot of bullshit in safety distribution that I've had to go through that you were fucking triggering right now. So, I guess for the first question, so, Torx, they have a schedule. I'm sure any merchant would, at least a loose one. When do you expect them? And how? When are they due next?
My understanding, and the agreement with her, is I only let her through the gates when she has something for me. My value with her is she's a traveling salesperson. There's people I like to keep an eye on. She's not within my network. So others don't know of her in my association with her. So when she has something good, she comes to Targos. My other understanding of her business is she has clientele in different cities. When she gets a certain piece of material, artifact, or value, she goes to those cities. I don't ask her how she gets them because, quite honestly, I don't care about the merchandise. I care about the information. Question number one. What is question number two?
What did the shipwright do to lose favor?
Wait, what?
The
Is that a real
shipwright.
question?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I'm reaching here, but like, what? There's no way that somebody. There was something behind that was much more juicy than what's being told.
Who are you asking about? What is the shipwright?
The guy who died.
The shipbuilder.
Oh, is that what they're called? A shipbuilder's called a shipwright?
Oh, I thought that you were calling it a shipwright, and that's why I was like, they must have money because shipwrights have money. Like people who just
Dockhand.
work for shipwright. Dockhands don't, and I guess it's a dockhand.
Yeah, okay, did I call it? What did I call it?
You called him a shipbuilder the first time, like when we were getting
I-
the quest.
You've heard
he's a human
shipwright.
shipbuilder.
Okay, well I don't want to ask that
That's
then
the
because that
question.
whole
Okay, that's what
fucking
Jordan-
premise.
yeah,
The whole
yeah.
premise was that this was a rich motherfucker that everybody's like, oh no, he's actually poor, and
If you had that assumption, that would be wrong.
okay.
So you got, yeah. And that could just be bad DMing on my part.
Well, a shipbuilder is still a shipwright. I mean, even if he's a dockhand.
He's not a ship wrong unless it sinks.
Since you walked in here, which is also a good business model. Like, I mean, you gotta keep. There's only so many people that are buying boats up here.
Yeah, but if I had to swim to shore, I would not go back to the same guy. I would probably find someone else, even if they had to build it out of twigs.
Just own two different companies.
Well, actually, that's horribly true.
Well, I mean,
Do you have a question you want to
well, I mean,
ask?
the rumor. Well, just talking amongst ourselves, the rumor was that he was out of favor because he somehow got his name out of the list or out of the drawing. I don't know. Would this guy know that he somehow got his name out of the drawing, or
This
would
guy
he-
would know. This guy makes money off of knowing shit. So whatever it is around
Well, I mean,
this kind of
would,
intrigue,
would
he'd
he
know.
know why the shipwright was targeted, or this dock worker was targeted?
I have a feeling he would, but I guess the question would be: is this is this worth the ask for the second question that we have? Is it not going to be something as simple as, yeah, he dodged it and he's dead now? Or is there something more to it? Just kind of feels like there is, right? I mean, the
Probably.
questions I'm thinking are either between that or do you have problems with dragons? Like, what's the deal with those? Because obviously that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to ask him, honestly. I mean, Bernard was killed because Bernard found out the secret.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know exactly why the other people killed them.
Yeah, but if a person's murdered over secrets, it's not likely that the other person's murdered just because they were outside of a Dave and Buster's at the time. Like, it's usually because of the same speaker. Like, secret.
Yeah.
Dave and Buster's.
You don't have that? It's an arcade for drunk people.
I know what Dave and Buster's is.
Oh, okay.
Saying that's where people always get killed.
Well, there's two of them in Denver. There's the one Robbie and I go to, and nobody gets killed there. And then there's the other one, and a fair amount actually have.
Like I said,
Of course,
it's always a Dave and Buster's.
well, either that or a Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know if you remember when that one Chuck E. Cheese guy like shot up the whole Chuck. Yeah, it's sad. Anyway, Colorado's a fun state. I don't think the dragon question would go all that far. I mean, I think it would be interesting to like pique his interest and like trigger. It's a good seed to plant within him, but I don't think that there's anything that would actually come of that. Although interesting to see how people would react in those kinds of situations, because there's no doubt that this fucker is dealing with it. But I'm drawn to the idea of asking him, because even though we think he's going to lie, like even if he lies, you can learn just as much from a lie as you can from the truth. You just have to pay attention to it.
Maybe ask him what his relationship with Blue Demon, Blue Tiefling, that guy. What his connection with him is. Maybe that's a big question.
Maybe. Could be this, that money is the link between those two. It usually is in this regard.
Or just even who is that?
So this guy is connected, I'll tell you that. He's connected to the same people I am. And these people don't work for anything but money. And there's not a lot of trust built amongst these. It's all a mutual understanding. So
Oh, so you know who they are now, don't you?
it just took a conversation. And some introspection with my God. I think we ask him what the dockhand was. There's something here.
Follow lead.
Okay.
I agree. This was your better question.
Good. It's good to have insight from God. What did your dockhand really do? Yeah. How? Now, if this was before I got into the Scotch, I'd be much better at this. But it's just after I got into the Scotch.
Because think, man of power. How is he going to answer that question?
The dockhand.
Number 2.
Did he cross you? And if so, how?
Trust me. If you were to trust me. I don't know why I'm doing that voice. I don't even remember the voice now. I'm that tired. No. If you would have crossed me, his body would be on the bottom of the lake. Again, I don't know who killed him. Uriel does make sense. But I will tell you Oriel would be killing all the draft dodgers, as the locals like to call them, there would be a little bit more dead on the streets. He's not the only one. There are many. Obviously, if one shipbuilder could get his name off the list, others could too. I believe his was just found out by maybe the wrong person, the wrong fanatic, the wrong purist, worshipper of Oriel. Now, I follow the rules. We sacrifice to Oriel, hoping to please her. But what am I going to do to convince a god to turn the lights back on?
In all fairness,
Maybe
power
I
needs
can
to be.
insight his him following the rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please have better insight than me. Oh, that's good insight. That's good insight.
Definitely follows some rules. You think he's probably. So you're reading the body language. He's very confident. He's trying to be. He's a little suave. That's what I'm trying to do, right? He's very mob boss. He's very.
But when he's talking about putting the names in draft dodgers, do I get the feeling that he honestly puts himself out there, that he believes the sacrifices work?
Oh, that. Yeah, it would be pretty clear, even through just like his tone, that he doesn't think a sacrifice. He doesn't think Oriel cares.
He didn't believe this shit. He just does it.
He does it because that's what the other that's what the people are doing. Because they think she cares. People are killing themselves or willing to die or whatever. No, he doesn't believe that. The gods do
Okay.
something for a reason, and it's probably not that people are alive. Like, what is that doing? Like, he doesn't.
Okay, so he's probably not putting his. He's probably not being truthful about putting his name.
The best thing where I was getting at is he is a crafty politician, right? So like you watch the news and you listen to a politician speak, he's crafting every sentence to have an out, basically. Well, I didn't
Right.
say that. Like, so he's doing what he's doing, and he's essentially got an excuse or reason or an alibi through some form of technicality. So yeah, he's putting his name in. He doesn't seem to care or worry or anything like that. Like, he's following the rules, but maybe the rules don't apply to him, or maybe there's something else afloat or whatever. But he is following the rules. But he's crafty.
Well, as he says that, Chris is going to look him dead in the eyes and he goes, well, every power needs a mechanism. Hopefully yours remains. Every bit of power needs a mechanism. Hopefully yours stays strong.
Absolutely, it will. It always does. Now, thank you for your time. I will
Thank you for
ask
yours.
to leave my home that you barged into.
I did not break the work.
Much obliged. Thank you, sir.
You did very good, Kedek.
I learned.
You did? You didn't hit anybody? You didn't burn anything?
All right. And what? Any immediate thing that you guys are wanting to do while it's on your brain?
I'm gonna whisper to everybody. I'm gonna kill that guy before this is over.
Elijah was thinking the same thing, but not out loud.
If that's the case, I need to get this guy a different stat block. For what I'm using this guy for, his stat block that they're giving him is not good enough.
I mean, nothing. I didn't say nothing. What?
And on that day, Eric cast a
Ilmata
spell
will not
of-
look down upon us, putting someone down that seems to feed on those that can't protect themselves.
Ooh, and we can start like a mob front, and it'll be like a soup kitchen thing where I serve stew. All the hungry little children.
Welcome to the mafia that makes stew. It's really more of a stew company than a mafia, but we'll kill you for this stew because it's so damn good.
Hey, Mafia
At
owns
least he'll
front.
be able to help his town more than he has.
Mafia fronts have the best fucking food though.
Only pizza and spaghetti and pretty much any Italian food and Greek food and okay, you're right, they do. God, every single Chinese joint too. I'm pretty sure is linked. Yeah, God, we're in the wrong business, Robbie. Are you okay with me getting in the mob from a culinary perspective?
Well, we'll call this a trial run. If you can usurp this guy and become the crime boss of this campaign, then I will. Then we'll see about it.
Well, hopefully
That's no pressure.
I didn't channel too much douchebag Never Ember into this guy.
No,
Oh,
Never Ember was kind of ridiculous.
This
What was Never Ember?
Never Ember was.
He was so pompous.
He's the leader of Neverwinter.
And he was.
They hated him.
He's one of the. Was he the kind of rich people that unhinges his jaw when he talks? I do believe the yachts are supposed to be owned in packs of 7.
I do believe I did talk like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of a douche.
He was definitely a Western Howard III type person that would not get his hands dirty as didn't have to.
This is my favorite scotch. It's aged 12 years in a human child and harvested at my pleasure. A nice irony taste. All things come in irony.
And he would then take credit for anything good that happened.
Ah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I want to create an NPC that Jordan will actually talk to.
Well, Jordan's character is the secret quiet one in the background, so it's not like a lot of conversations coming out of that. Unless you have like talking shadows, like, oh no, found you. What'd you do?
Jordan doesn't like
You're hanging out back here?
public a whole lot. That's I'm kind of curious about that.
I think
I
your
mean,
secret
you
is
guys
everybody's mad
barged
at you.
into the Seeker's house.
Yeah, I was a little uncomfortable with that, but I was like, oh man.
Well, this time the Seeker was there with his body. That made it
Not my
even worse.
fault. I'm from the south.
Don't take no for answer. Just go.
We just go in. We have conversation. It's all fair. It's all fair in love and war.
Well, tonight I'm going to end it there, everyone. Thank you so much. If you're new here and you liked what you saw, we do this every Thursday night. We are running a campaign, and this is this group's second long-time campaign. And so I'm going to go. I'm going to say goodnight to them,